Hey guys, Zoroarrkk here, and today I'm bringing you guys another video, and I am going to be doing the 5 things that I thought Super Mystery Dungeon had that was stupid. Now, spoilers alert, like I said previously, this will ruin parts of the game. In fact, it will ruin some of the main parts of the game towards the latter stages. And if you guys do like these videos that I was doing, and want me to do with other games such as Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time, Darkness and Sky, or a Call of Duty game, or stuff like that, let me know down below. Mirror's Edge Catalyst is one good one because that's a game I've been playing recently, and I can do those games as long as I know what games they are. You can recommend games, but I actually stick to games that I know a lot of. So games, for example, Doom, Dark Souls, Uncharted. I've never played them. The only Ender Scrolls game I've played is Skyrim. So some of the games I probably won't do because I won't know them. I'll never have played them. Never played Metal Gear Solid, Legend of Zelda, World of Warcraft. All these big games I've actually never played. So I do apologise. But we're just going to get into the ones at hand, which is the 5 things that are stupid. Now, these things made me laugh in the game, or made me question in the game. And by stupid, I don't mean that they shouldn't have been in the game. In fact, some of these might even not be classed as stupid. They might just be classed as unexplained in the games. And that definitely goes for the first one. The first one's more of a question for you guys rather than anything else. And it's just something that, because I look at the story to get storylines a lot because they're stuff I want to do, there's stuff that I picked up and I was like, how does that work? So we're going to go to I believe it's the actual first scene you see in the game. Right, or at least it's the first proper cutscene. I can't remember where you start playing at the start or you see the cutscene. But either or, it's the first cutscene in the game. And it's when the Lantern and I believe Kingdra swim down to the ocean, in the deep depths of the ocean, and find Wailord turned to stone. Now, have you guys ever wondered why Wailord was turned to stone? Now, I believe it was said in the game, I might be wrong here, that they were going after Kyogre, and they missed Kyogre. Right? If they didn't say that, it was pretty much ensued, bearing in mind that they were going after legendary Pokemon. They said in the warnings that they were going after legendary Pokemon, and they went after Latios, Latias, and Entei. So, it was pretty clear that they were going for legendary Pokemon, and obviously Evitar would have done that because legendary Pokemon served the most threat to the plans of Dark Matter destroying the world. So, why Wailord, right? Was it just a miss? Well, this is where it gets interesting. Let's look at the Pokemon that can turn others to stone. You've got Evitar, you've got Nuzleaf, and you've got the 3 BM. And then technically you've got Dark Matter itself, but Dark Matter just stays at the tree because it is in the Tree of Life. That's all it's got, right? They're the 5 things or 6 things, should I say, that can turn things to stone. BM are rock psychic, I believe, or at least they're built as rocks, with psychic powers and stuff, so they ain't going to be in the sea. That's a definite. So you can count 3 of them out. So you've got Nuzleaf, and you've got Evitar and Dark Matter. Dark Matter doesn't leave the Tree of Life, so you can forget them too. So you got Evitar and you got Nuzleaf. Well, Evitar wouldn't have missed. Evitar would not have missed. We know that with a passion. Because if Evitar wanted the legendaries that badly, Evitar knows what the difference is between a Kyogre and a Wailord. Nuzleaf may not. Nuzleaf may not have known the difference. So what we're saying, is it Nuzleaf? How can it be Nuzleaf? Because they have to go in the sea. The only way they couldn't go in the sea is if they shot it from above the sea. But even then, how the ball or wave of Dark Matter didn't hit another Pokemon going down 500 meters in the sea is ridiculous. And how did they predict or know that Kyogre was going to be there and then end up missing? It's kind of a loose end in that sense. I don't think they executed that right. I think it was almost like it was made in the story and then they changed the story halfway through. But they left it in there. It was something I found a little bit odd. And just another instance of it. Latios and Latias. How did they get Latios and Latias? Just how? Without anyone finding out. So, the second thing that I found stupid in the game is the story. Yeah, the story. Why do I say the story? Because the plot, some of the plot is crap. Well, it's not crap because I can't really. Well, one, I can't even say it's crap anyway because it's had a lot better game than I could make. But it's borrowed by other things and it is stupid. So I said when I was reviewing this game, and I said that I think this is my favourite game, but you guys shouldn't watch Pokemon Movie 8 and Pokemon Movie 16. But I never said why because obviously I didn't want to ruin it. So now I'm going to say why you don't watch Pokemon Movie 8 and Pokemon Movie 16. So in Pokemon Movie 8, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, Lucario comes out of this sphere, this staff, several years in the future from Ash, for Aura thinking that Ash was his master. And then finds out the Tree of Life was going to die, whatnot, something to do with Mew, etc, etc. And then ends up using the Aura to save it. Okay, fair enough. Right, that's just a quick synopsis of the story. So what does that really have to do anything? And one about the Tree of Life and Mew? Well, kind of. One, you've got Mew in there. Two, you've got the Tree of Life. Now, the only reason they got away with the Tree of Life again was because of Xerneas. Because back then, Xerneas didn't exist. Now Xerneas does exist, and Xerneas is a guardian of life, and when they die, they transform into trees. So, they got away with that one. Alright? That one I can say. But now we go to the Voidlands. Alright? And we go into the Voidlands, which ultimately is the death of Stone. Right? It's the afterlife in a sense. Right? Because they can't make it that Pokemon die. They have to make it that Pokemon go to Stone and go to the Voidlands. A bit like your Heaven and Hell. Right? Well, in there, you see the Void Shadows. And the Void Shadows then eat up the Pokemon. They eat up the Expedition Society members. And then ultimately Raikou, Suicune, Entei, and Mawile, but you don't see that. And then they can actually make illusions of these Pokemon and almost like they're controlling the Pokemon, but they're not. They're actually just acting like the Pokemon, speaking like the Pokemon, etc. Noted by Bunnelby, because Bunnelby was one of those illusions. It wasn't the actual Bunnelby. That actual Bunnelby was dead. Alright? Well, not dead, but eaten by these Void Shadows. Right, and Weasel was somehow able to get out of it. But anyway. So, where am I going with that? Well, in Pokemon Movie 8, when they go up the Tree of Life, and they're not getting stopped by Regirock, Regice, and Registeel, they also have these germ parasite things in the Tree of Life that are basically acting like white blood cells in a human body for this tree. And what they do is they swallow up the things they think are germs, parasites, and stuff, which in the movie would be Lucario, the humans, etc, etc. Right, stuff that ain't supposed to be there. And then they can also transform into those Pokemon. You borrowed your own plot with the Tree of Life, the Void Shadows being the germs, and also Mew being there. Great job. Also, very, very, very ironic if your partner was a Riolu, because when you go through a Tree of Life, you evolve into a Lucario. So it's actually very ironic there. But that isn't the worst one. That one, you can know, it doesn't really change the plot of the game. You know the Tree of Life is in there. You know that the Void Shadows will be in there when you find the Void Shadows out, and stuff like that. So it doesn't ruin the story for you guys. The other one does. Pokemon Movie 16. I believe it was 16, it might be 17, I'm not sure, I haven't watched it. Diancie and the Cocoon of Destruction. And in here, you see Yveltal. In fact, I believe you see a lot of legendaries, but that might also be the Hooper one. Like I said, haven't watched either of them. But in this Diancie and Cocoon of Destruction, you see Yveltal using a Bolivian wing, petrifying enemies, and turning them to stone. In this game, Yveltal turns Pokemon to stone. Well, you find that out pretty early in the story. Well, sort of. You find out in chapter 16. But in terms of the actual story, that's pretty early. So why am I really bothering? Because you can work out that Yveltal's behind it by chapter, I think it's 11. When you go over to the Air Continent and you see Latios and Latias get turned to stone. right there you can find out that Yveltal is behind him. The way you can find it out is because you can see expressions on the faces of the Pokemon. And if you look at any of the Pokemon, every single Pokemon is petrified. Every single Pokemon have their eyes wide open, their mouths dropped, etc, etc. Even Entei has it. Entei has it in a battle stance. So Entei was probably going to try and attack out of his petrified state. So you can see it. So you can actually see that Yveltal did it. If you've watched that movie and then play the game, you'll twig that Yveltal does it before you even see Yveltal in the game. It's quite ridiculous, right? So that's the third thing that is absolute stupid in this game. And then we go to the fourth one, and this one is basically the same as the third one, but I had to make it a different point because it is ridiculously stupid. And I mentioned this in the corruption video I did a couple of days ago. They basically ripped off Kirby. In fact, I believe they did. I haven't really looked too much into it. But I did read that Dark Matter came from Kirby and did the exact same thing. It did the exact same thing. It took over bodies. It corrupted them. I don't know whether it did the whole stone thing, but that might just be because Yveltal has that opportunity because of Oblivion Wing. But it did the same thing. They basically used the same boss. Come on, Shunsoft. At least get a little bit more original. I know you probably scrapped for time. They made Gates to Infinity. They wanted to make something to impress. But come on. Just come on. Like, what the hell? And then to round off this episode of why 5 things that Super Mystery Dungeon had that was stupid, we're going to go basically back to the first point. So the first point, I said about the Wailord and how the hell did the Wailord get turned to stone, because otherwise the only Pokemon that really could do it would be either Nuzleaf, who can't swim, or it'd be Yveltal that would know the difference between a Wailord and Kyogre. Well, how about this bit of a plot twist and a bit of a loose end? So I know they make games in parts, right? I know that's obvious that you have to make games in parts, make sure they work. But there's a little bit of loose transcript here that I'm pretty sure doesn't get told in the story. And it might be able to be inferred and stuff, but there's a little bit of dialogue that kind of ruins it. So, when you're in the prehistoric ruins, after being tricked by the BEM to be led to the other BEM and Nuzleaf tells you that you lost your memory from a BEM psychic attack. That you attacked them, and that made you lose your memory because a BEM used psychic attack. Right? Whatever. Then, when you go to the ending and you find out your partner was Mew, that partner then says that they, or their past spirit is Mew, actually erased your memories and not the BEM. Okay, so maybe the Nuzleaf and the BEM thought they did and whatnot. What are you getting at here, Zoroarrkk? What I'm getting at here is the part of where it's saying they battled him. When you actually start the game, you find Nuzleaf. Nuzleaf tries to get you away from the BEM. When the BEM attack you, you never attack back. You don't even try to attack back. You just get pointed to a corner, Nuzleaf comes and gets you a base of rescue hero and then ends up betraying you. Whatever. Alright? But it says that previously, before you apparently lost your memory, that you attacked them. Well, this kind of leads me to confusion in a sense, because both events must have happened. Because if you attacked them and then didn't attack them again and then went with Nuzleaf, you attacked Nuzleaf. It says categorically you attacked Nuzleaf and the BEM, who are trying to eradicate you, because they would have been obviously part of your plans. Otherwise, there would be absolutely no way of stopping Dark Matter. But you attacked them. You have no recollection of attacking them. Otherwise, why would you have gone with Nuzleaf? So that means that Mew's memory wipe must not have worked. So doesn't that mean that you actually attacked them? Because they probably didn't attack you first. I don't think they would have attacked you first. I think the way Nuzleaf plays the game, the way Nuzleaf acts during the game, is rather a I'll trick you rather than beat you with brute force. So does that mean that your memory loss didn't work fully from Mew? So you knew that Nuzleaf and BEM were the bad guys and were corrupted by this dark matter, and so you went to attack them because they were corrupted with dark matter and they were ultimately the bad guys? Did Mew's memory wipe not work? Like, I understand that they make games at different points, but they should have taken that line out. Like, if they just said, oh yeah, the BM hit you with a psychic attack and you know, raise your memory, then fine, and then Mew says it, so then you can say, oh okay, Mew probably made you forget in memory, not the BM. But it says that you were attacking them, which means that you would have remembered attacking them. It's just a loose end in a sense. So these are 5 things that are stupid in Super Mystery Dungeon. Most of them due to the story. I can probably find other ones, I'm not sure. But let me know if you guys did enjoy these and whether you want them for other series and games in general. I know I can probably definitely do some for Mirror's Edge Catalyst, that's 100% definite. Because some of the stuff in Mirror's Edge Catalyst is a bit stupid. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new and enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out everybody.